Well, today, I think I want to talk about my grandfather. You know, Grandpa's super. He was an awesome guy. And I kind of want to correlate the way people live today versus back then. See, my grandfather, he was born in 1927. He lied about his age to get into the service. When he was a child, he grew up through the Great Depression. Okay? So, he told me stories when he was alive that him and great-grandpa, you know, they would take apart an old barn and he would straighten the nails when he was a kid because they didn't have any money for nails. So they reused all the nails. It was his job to straighten all the nails and put them in a jar. And so he went to school. You want to know what he did for fun? What do our kids do for fun nowadays? Sit and play video games, you know, look at their iPad, look at their phone. Boring, right? You know what he did? He used to beat up his friends. That's what they did. They fought. That was their fun. They boxed. Isn't that strange? To us, not to me, I understand that. They didn't have anything. They didn't have anything. They didn't have toys and, you know, electronics to play with. They didn't have that. They were outside. They went fishing or they did their chores and they would fight each other. That was just what they did. That's old times, you know. Geez, everything was all hands-on back then. Everything was all manual. You know, you got a slant six or whatever. No, they didn't have those yet until the 60s. But, you know, they had the little two-barrel carburetor sort of motors, you know, and then they were so easy to work on back then. So my grandfather, he lied about his age to get into the war because, you know, home life wasn't that great. You know, we're coming out of the recession or the depression. It still wasn't that great in the early 40s. You know, they lost the farm over $75. Hey, what's up, Sonny Guns? Lost the farm to taxes for only $75 up in Bovey, Minnesota. That's near Grand Rapids? Yes. I think that was the town that Judy Garland was born in. I believe that's right. Grand Rapids, yes. Not Grand Rapids, Michigan. Grand Rapids, Minnesota. So, my grandfather, his name was Dick Harold Super. Now, don't make fun of his name, okay? Because a lot of people named were Dick back then, okay? Ninja Do-Off, what's up? So he went to the service, and he wanted to be a sailor, so he could see the world, you know? He ended up being off the beaches of Normandy in Omaha Beach, about, I'd say, a mile away from the coast, mile and a half. He said at nighttime there were so many explosions that he could read a newspaper right on the flight deck. Yeah, I'm not kidding. What an interesting life he lived. He died at 75 years old, but he had about 100 years worth of living in only 75 years. That's what my father said. When they came back from the service, he married his sweetheart, okay, and well, had their first child. Got married, had their first child. You know what they lived in? Little guess. 2 chicken coops. 2 chicken coops. They nailed them together. That was their home. My father was their firstborn. Lived inside of a chicken coop. Unreal. You can't stop my grandfather. If he doesn't have something, he's going to make something out of that nothing. That guy. Unreal. I don't know anybody today that is like my grandfather. Unreal. To correlate the way people are growing up, like my son's 16, he's very smart, very wise, but it's not his fault. It's just the way we're all raised. When you're 16, back when my grandfather was 16, you were a man. You were ready to do everything. You were the man of the house. You were good enough that you could get married and have kids already at that age. That's crazy. You could get kicked out and moved on. It was just a different way of life. What, 98 years ago? Crazy. If he was still alive, he'd be 98. Crazy, right? If I would have known anything about what he had that killed him, the cancer, I didn't even know if it would make a difference. I don't know. But it was really sad. You know, lymph node cancer. First it was colon cancer. They got that away. You know, they cut it out. Radiation and stuff like that. And it came back. Once it's in your lymph nodes, that's it. Because it goes through your whole body. And that guy totally changed so fast. He became super, super weak in 6 months period of time. Went from very strong and virile to weak, couldn't even get out of bed, and then passed away so fast. When I first bought my Monte Carlo, he didn't like it at first. But then I finished that about 2 weeks before he died, and I pulled it up in his front yard, and he cried and said, "So beautiful. I'm very proud of you." So, I guess I have a lot of the same things that my grandfather had, because I work hard every day. I understand what life's all about. I'm not ignorant. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. And when I put my heart and soul into something and it turns out beautiful, that's a good pat on the back, you know. I mean, it's very inspirational to have a person like that in my life. He, in my opinion, that's the most significant person in my entire life was my grandfather. Passed away when I was 18 years old. I loved to work with him. Whatever he was working on, carpentry, digging holes, whatever, you know, trenches, you know, we always had stuff to do. Always had stuff to do up at the lake home. Hey bro, what do you think about Donald Trump? I think Trump's okay. Heard gas is gonna go down a lot pretty soon. But anyway, you know, it's just, I still like the old style things. You know, I like antiques. I like older music. I like older, simpler times. I don't like today so much. I don't like how fast-paced everything is. I don't like cell phones and stuff like that, you know, the computers and what I'm doing right now. It seems like everybody wants to get their face on YouTube, and yeah, I'm guilty of it. Sorry. Yeah, you know, my personality is what it is, you know, but there's just millions and millions and millions of content creators out there that making money doing it, you know, and it's like more people aren't working and doing what I'm doing, running a business and creating a service. And the thing is, a lot of my clientele, either contractors, remodelers, customers that are just privately owned, you know, they all say this one thing: Brian, I trust you. You inspire me, and I don't trust anybody else because I'm right on. And my whole life I kept feeling like I'm just not good enough. There's no way I'm that great. But when I hear it from other people, it really picks my spirits up. It makes me feel like a good person. You know, like, you know, I just really loved my grandfather. You know, my grandfather. Me and my, you know, my father, I do love him a lot, but I think we clash a lot. You know, we don't have like a similar personality. Like me and my son, we just get along so well. We're just like, I'm a parent, but we're almost like friends too. I love my son very, 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 very much. He's like one of the greatest things that ever happened to me is having my son. To see him grow and mold, and he's way smarter than I am. He's learning. He knows 2 different languages, which I only know English. He knows English, Spanish, and he's learning German. And he is a really good-looking kid, man. Like, he's almost like a model. Like, he's beautiful looking for a 16-year-old kid. And me and him working out together, he's just transformed. Like, literally, he just did a PR on his bench press, 210 pounds. He's 16 years old, guys. I'm so happy for him. I'm so impressed with him. I never could do that. In high school, I could never hit that weight. For him at 16, I can't believe it. That kid's special. He's got a gift, for sure. And he's gonna be something special when he becomes an adult and has his own business. He wants to be a carpenter, which I think is great, because then again, he's so smart, just like a lot of us out there. He wants a job that AI is not going to take away. He's aware of that, even at his age. And I think there's a little bit of my grandfather mentally inside of him. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it the way he thinks. I can see it the way he does things. I gotta kind of persuade him to do things. But then he won't stop. I'm like, I need something to do, he'll say. And I'm like, well, I walk around the house. I'm like, okay, let's do this and that. And he's just he just wants to do it. He wants to tear into it, But it's like planning that idea is the one thing that he needs. So he needs guidance still at his age. It's not like, oh, it's time to mow the grass. He can do that, but, is what it is. I just, after my grandfather passed away, our families split up. Like, I never get to see anybody on my side of the family, or on that side of the family, hardly at all, except for my mom and my dad, my sister and her husband. That's it. That's all I see. I don't get to see my cousins hardly at all. Some of them moved to Florida. We never get together for holidays ever. It's just sad. I call them, they don't answer the phone. I leave a message, they don't call back. I don't know what the deal is, man. What, are you hating me or something? I don't know what the deal is. You just too busy? I don't know. Like, I'm really busy all the time. I'm a multitasker. I could probably do 4 different things a day and I can still answer the phone. Who knows? Any thoughts on car-centric American culture? Nope, I don't. Oh, finally. Oh, yeah, I got some fun things coming up. So, Saturday the 27th. For my birthday and my wife's birthday, we didn't want to get ourselves gifts because, we're old. We don't want gifts anymore. We want an experience. So, we're going to go to Tokyo 20. Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, was I not on? Okay, whatever. Again, I'm gonna take my wife out to a hibachi place for dinner called Tokyo 23, and then we're gonna go to Ohana Tours after that, right in St. Paul. So that's pretty cool. I even rented a EMF detector. So my wife's really into ghosts and stuff. Okay, traffic's really bad. Slow down. Traffic's really bad. Ungodly bad. I need to get over. I need to get over. I hate St. Paul. I don't know anybody can live out here. It's horrible. Come on, come on, come on. Come on! Oh. Yay! Open roads. Oh. Yes, and then Sunday I got a coin show at St. Cloud. I don't know. I'm not going to be optimistic about it. It could be good, but I'm not going to be optimistic. I'm not going to, think it's going to be great and it's really bad. I'm just going to say it's going to be bad, and then I won't feel so bad. I do have a decent amount of cash. I'm at the same time got that big Earl Brown show coming up, so yeah, I got cash for that. I don't even know what to buy anymore. I get lost. It's been a long time since I've been to coin shows, and geez, I gotta get that Gray Sheet app. I'm such a tightwad. I don't want to spend the money on it, but that's like basically becoming the only thing that's really going to help me with buying coins. Get it in the market, buying that app, so I can be a smart buyer, buy the right stuff. Then I just got to get out of my comfort zone and be more extroverted to people I don't know, dealers I've never met before, and try and talk to them about it, see if I can get some coins, and try and do that combo deal where I can get 3 coins instead of just 1, because that really helps to break the ice, and some coins for the price I want. I've been on heritage auctions lately because I think the prices are too high on eBay. Donald Trump is amazing. Oh heck yeah. He's really doing a lot, and there's a lot of Denny's out there that just hate him, just to hate him. You need to understand that. There's a lot of shootings going on. I just had another one yesterday. Unreal. We've had so much. The past 20 years, we've had so many school shootings. This stuff's got to stop. I'm really getting tired of it, man. It seems like every week there's another shooting. It's got to stop. Stop shooting cops. Stop bringing guns into school and killing people. Stop thinking you're going to snipe a political leader and get away with it. You got to stop. Everybody's got to stop doing this stuff. Bring God into your life a little bit, huh? Unreal. It seems like this is the beginning of the end, in my opinion. The way people are treating other people, it's just horrible. But anyway, I've been on long enough, guys. I just want to get some content out there. Van Quick, Coins and Bullion, he's going to have a video shortly, and hope you guys sit down and watch that. I'll be watching that, and I'll be stuck in gridlock. Have a good one. Keep it real, guys.